It's tomorrow for the Peter Channel 11 o'clock news and it's late May September 12th, 2016. Good evening, everybody. I am Peter Wiggins and I are late at 11 o'clock news and on tonight. Up to the 11th hour is Bill Clinton said that Hillary Clinton is really but engaged in dehydration spells. North Korean leader Kim Jong-un received a policy guided in multiple rocket launcher drilled women's sub-units at KPA Unit 851 as it does not intend to abandon its nuclear program no matter what the U.S. does. Representative Peter Battaglia, Republican Preckham, Michigan, was killed in a motorcycle accident on Monday evening according to legislative leaders. A Preckham resident since 1977, Patel is survived by his wife, Karen, and 2 grown children. President Obama is expected to veto a bill Congress will approve without rejecting and allow families victims of external evidence attacks. Hours after the ceasefire started in Syria on Monday, the world waited to see how long the fragile peace would last. The deal broke by the United States and Russia called halt to the violence between the Syrian regime and the rebel forces. Former UK Prime Minister David Cameron stood down as an MP triggered by election violence. Officer Chief of Whitney, Mr. Cameron pointed out resigned the Prime Minister after June's referendum said he did not want to be disrupted of new PM Theresa May. Istanbul, Turkish forces that Kurdish militants have detonated car bomb that more than 50 people in front of the ruling party municipal headquarters Monday at the eastern city of Van. Toronto, the second and 2 British explorer ships that vanished in the ocean nearly 170 years ago during a sort of expedition to find the fabled Northwest Passage have been found. Surveillance footage released Monday showed a person at a mosque in Fort Pierce, Florida, immediately before and after a fire started. A car went off a free ramp in Seattle Monday morning, killed a 19-year-old man inside a tent at a small homeless encampment in Washington State Patrol said. Indianapolis fertility doctor secure use nurse will get up to 50 patients pregnant in the late 70s and 80s. Secretary Drake selection begins at a Georgia car death. Wells Fargo Company Chief Executive Officer John Sump was asked to testify in Washington on the bank's alleged misconduct to agree to pay fines over claims that it opened more than $2 million unauthorized accounts. LinkedIn co-founder and billionaire Reid Hoffman is willing to pay $5 million to see if Donald Trump's tax returns. On Monday, Hoffman published a post on Medium and called attention to a Trace Secure Veterans campaign on crowdfunding site. Samsung flags a settlement in the main interest as Samsung LG sued over U.S. employee recruiting policies. There we go. In science news. Florida's newly announced nuclear rocket was going to be featured. Reusable first stages at a 2-stage and 3-stage versions would be at 270 feet, 82 meters, and 313 feet at 95 meters tall, respectively. South America and Central Africa lost the most wilderness in decline since the 1990s that saw the planet's wild areas down to 10. August 2016 has set records as the hottest August since the beginning of a climate record keeping it NASA study revealed. It means that 2016 may be the running for the warmest year on record. The Rosetta probe, which has orbited the comet 6MP Truma of Grasemico for 2 years, will collide at the comet at the end of the month, spelling the end in an enormously successful scientific mission to study ancient celestial body. As nutrition debates raged in the 1960s, prominent Harvard nutritionists published a 2-review in the top medical journal defining the role of sugar in coronary heart disease. The Italian researchers say that they found evidence that Zika can have hit the brains of adults and made damage to memory that virus now known to cause devastating damage of brains that is developed of fetuses, and there has been some indirect evidence it might get. Beverly Hills, California, going to the mock Brandon Cummins Street in the box live with a time machine that started the stem cell operation as it faces new scrutiny from federal regulators. With an agency in the highest suicide rate in 3 decades, it can complexly understood the numbers, even those are difficult to grasp. Asheville, North Carolina, a man attended Donald Trump's rally here on Monday, grabbed a protest by the neck and appeared to punch him in the face. On the campaign trail, Donald Trump has touted his political contribution in former business evidence, but he has given everybody his favors a return. House Oversight Committee Chairman Jason Chaffetz said publicly subpoenaed the FBI's full KIF file in the Hillary Clinton mail investigation on Monday, delivered a document demanded to a senior FBI official during a contentious hearing by Democrats. While Republican presidential nominee Donald Trump's policy meets with local labor unions and union members during a campaign stop in Brook Park, Ohio. Okay, take a look at some local news. Seekonk town and state officials remember that the horror of terrorist attacks in 2011. Seekonk town and state officials remembered that the horror of the terrorist attacks in September 11, 2001 and the ceremony held at the Public Safety Headquarters on Monday as Town Administrator Sean Kadam paid tribute to the police officers and firefighters who risked their lives daily to serve the public. While Town Clerk Jim Parker said the event was also held to recognize the sacrifice of men and women in the military, as State Representative Steve Howard acknowledged that the hundreds of police officers and firefighters who lost their lives on September 11th. Mansfield. When Sammy Lee was born 11 years ago, there was nothing to give his parents Lisa and Roy a hint of what he's an anything of an unhealthy boy with a future running, jumping, and playing ahead of him, despite the muscle disease. Annabelle, for anyone mulling the movement, the Renaissance Station North downtown is new landmark apartment building, and the first of what officials hope will be at many new residential and retail buildings. It's too late. A South Florida man will spend more than 11 years in prison after pleading guilty in highest of a $4.8 million gold bar is believed to be destined for Annabelle from a truck along the remote North Carolina interstate. Rehoboth. Democrat Paul Jacques is getting heavy financial support from fellow fire residents raised for the state representative of the Fort Bristol District. Rentham, the 36th annual Cracker Barrel Fair is agent and welcoming coming this weekend for an old-time country party. In Ann Arbor, men faced a drunken driver charge of Jesus. Car was driven and struck a police cruiser at a road detail early Sunday morning. News around the state, Mattoon, Massachusetts, A40D said the death of a woman who was found in a hospital in Massachusetts home is being investigated as a homicide, as the Essex County District Attorney's Office said in a statement on Monday that police discovered a woman while conducting well-being check at home in the Mattoon Public House Club around 5:45 a.m. on Monday. The woman was diagnosed in an area hospital where she was pronounced dead, and in Plymouth, Massachusetts, authorities in Massachusetts say a former van driver transported elderly patient to and from adult health care center is accused of inappropriately touching 6 female clients. Peter Chelnewsheim is ill at 11:06 p.m. on this late Monday night, and it's home now for a New England Insular report in which motor vehicle accident bumped on Route 24 northbound south of exit 18 car motor vehicle accident with a rollover. And the Newmarket Police Department in New Hampshire is seeking public assistance with a located and missing juvenile. They are attempting to locate Eli longer at 14 years of age, as Eli's car was being between 5'10", tall, and 6 feet. Random pelts between 150 pounds with a slender build with dark brown or black hair. Eli may be wearing glasses. He was last seen wearing a blue and yellow polo shirt with a zip-up black and red hoodie over it. He was reported last seen wearing light colored shirts, maybe carrying a black and orange backpack. Eli was last seen approximately at 4 p.m. on Monday, which is today. We asked anyone with information whereabouts anyone in CMS contact the Newmarket, New Hampshire Police Department at 603-659-6636. Peter Chelnewsheim is ill at 11:07 p.m. on this late Monday night, and it's home now for a traffic and transit report. Baby! Let's study off on the MBTA, where on the subway system it's looking good. On the commuter rail, it's looking good, except on trains 220, 229, and Heavy One will originate at Mountain Center on Monday and Tuesday to the bridge work, but otherwise all the MBTA lines and ferries are looking good. Okay, take a look at the highways and motorways of New England on this late Monday night. Where 95 on the northbound side is back to the New Haven stretch, 95 on the northbound side back to the Norwalk stretch, 95 on the southbound side back to Sanford headed towards New York State line, 95 on the southbound side back to the Old Saybrook, A4 eastbound side Little Side Newprinton, and A4 eastbound side back to the Denver, Connecticut. Highways and bars went on in southeast of Massachusetts are looking good. Southern Expressway southbound side backed up around the Braintree split. 120 on the northbound side, so around Route 2 out of Lexington, and 93 on the northbound side, so on the Bridge all the way out to Route 16 in Medford. Mass Park eastbound side, it is backed up from South Boston all the way out to Logan Airport, and Mass Park on the westbound side, it is backed up from the Newton Corner down to Route 128 in Weston. And 190 is backed up on both ends after 290 in Worcester, 91 on the southbound side, back to the Northampton stretch, and Mass Park on the eastbound side. New York State 3, it's a little slow towards Schenectady, and 3 is backed up around 87 in Albany. Up in northern New England, 295 on the northbound side, also after Falmouthburg, up in Portland headed towards Falmouth, Maine. And Autowood 59 on the northbound side, so around 202 in some Quebec headed towards Montreal. Peter Chelnewsheim, 11:09 p.m. on this late Monday night, and it's time now for a weather report. And it's another nice night. Temperature, it's 57 degrees with a dew point about 56. And a humidity at 95%, barometer 30.14 inches. Alright, let's take a look at current conditions around the region on this late Monday night. 64 degrees at Boston at 11 o'clock. It's 61 in Beverly, 56 out in Bedford at 59 in Fitchburg, 61 in Worcester, 55 in Norwood, 63 in Taunton, 57 in Bedford at 61 in Plymouth. And then Falmouth at 64 in Provincetown, 62 in Chatham, 54 in Bartlett, 57 in Nantucket, 63 in Providence, 64 in Newport, 65 in Balkan, and 64 in Montauk, 61 in Islip, 66 in New York City. A pair of 70s in Bridgeport and New Haven. It's 61 out in Danbury and Waterbury, and 63 degrees out at Meriden. 64 in Hartford and Winslow, and 55 out in Springfield, 54 in Orange, 61 in Albany, 55 in Springs, 54 in Barrington and Brown, Vermont, 57 degrees, Burlington, Vermont, 54 in Lebanon and Keenan, Jeff, New Hampshire, 55 degrees out in Laconia, Concord, and Manchester, New Hampshire, 57 in Nashua, 58 in Portsmouth, New Hampshire, 61 degrees up in Port, Maine. Okay, look at the search map around the country. Shows a station front stretching from California, stretching all the way down for Colorado, and merging with a station front from Texas all the way up in the Ontario, merging with coast front of Ontario, and then the station front up in western Quebec wall. Another station front from the Gulf Coast, stretching on in the Crown Coast and at the sea. And we got a front from Kentucky down to Alabama, and then a front after Bahamas. A low pressure with a front from Gulf of Mexico down to eastern tip of Mexico, and a pair of front from Arizona down for Gulf of California, and another one from western Texas down for Mexico. And a front is reaching from British Columbia to Maine for Idaho, and a front down the Oregon coast and the northwestern portions of California. And we got some high pressure ridges up in northern Montana, Fort Quarter region, off the coast of Carolinas, and a high pressure ridge from Ohio down for southern New England with cool conditions throughout much of the region. And low pressure ridges stretching from Minnesota, stretching about western Quebec and southern Nevada. It's 65 degrees out in Detroit, 70 in Pittsburgh, 74 in Washington, D.C. It's 76 in Atlanta, 83 in Miami, Florida. It's 83 in Brownsville, Texas, and 82 in Dallas, Texas. It's 73 in Kansas City, 70 in Omaha and Minneapolis, St. Paul, 68 in Chicago, it's 44 in Great Falls, Montana, 69 in Seattle, 61 in San Francisco, 66 in Los Angeles, it's 91 in Las Vegas, 95 in Phoenix, 63 in Albuquerque, Mexico, it's 58 out in Denver, Colorado, 73 degrees out in Salt Lake City, Utah. Okay, let us take a look at what is going on in the radar situation around the country, and it shows a line of rain showers stretching from northwestern Quebec, stretching in Ontario, and lines of rain showers stretching from Minnesota down for eastern Dakotas and eastern Nebraska and around Iowa, and clusters of showers and thunderstorms stretching around southeast Dakota and the country from Louisiana down for Florida and up to the Carolinas, and patchy rain showers stretching from eastern California down for Nevada and up in Montana and down for Fort Quarter region, some snow flurries around Yellowstone National Park and up to Montana, and line of rain showers around southern Alaska. Alright. Looking at satellite loop, and it shows line of clouds from Quebec stretching down for Texas, and a line of clouds from the southeastern corner of the country, and a line of clouds from British Columbia down for Alberta, and a line of clouds down for western Mexico. Alright, let's take a look what is going on in the tropics. Here's the latest on Ian, which is a tropical storm with 45 miles per hour winds with a center location 23.5 to the north, 51.5 to the west, movement northwest at 13 miles an hour. And the latest public advisory on Ian straightens a little over the center Atlantic as the no coast watch warning effect at 11 p.m. Atlantic Standard Time. The center of tropical storm Ian was located in latitude 23.5 to the north, 51.5 longitude to the west. And Ian is moving toward the north-northwest near 13 miles an hour. The general motion is expected to continue that Tuesday and followed by a turn toward the north on Wednesday as maps sustained winds have increased near 45 miles an hour. Similar to so straight is expected during the next 4 hours. And tropical force winds at hours about 230 miles mainly to the north and northeast of the center. Estimated minimum center pressure is 1,005 millibars at 268 inches. And no hazardous effect to land, but two more tropical disturbances. Disturbance number one, an air disturbed weather is moving for the northwestern Bahamas at 5 to 10 miles an hour. For some increase in amount and organization and associated thunderstorm activity could occur tonight when its system moves over the warmer waters of the Gulf Stream, strong upper level winds and possibility to land and expected to prevent the development of a tropical cyclone before the disturbance moves all inland over the southeastern Florida Tuesday morning. As however, local heavy rainfall and gusty winds are possible in portions of the northwestern Bahamas tonight and over portions of the central and southern Florida Peninsula by Tuesday. As formation chances for us, low 10% formation chances for Fridays, low 10%. But another disturbance as a tropical wave coming out. Broad area of low pressure is located a few hundred miles southeast of the Cabo Verde Islands, and this system will produce a large area of cloudiness and sharp activity, so development of disturbance is possible during the next several days while the system moves west-northwest to the westward at 10-15 miles over the tropical Atlantic. And formation chances for us, low 10% formation chances for 5 days, low 20%. And the latest on North Carolina, it's a Category 2 storm with 105 mile per hour and a sound electrician 18.7 knot, 119.1 on the western movement, not for 6 miles an hour. And it's no longer driven and expected to slow down to a crawl on Tuesday as the no coast watch warnings affected 8 p.m. Pacific time. The center of Hurricane Olene was located near latitude 18.7 at the north, longitude 119.1 on the west. Olene is moving toward the north near 6 miles and its general motion with some reduction of forward speed expected tonight. Northward of northwestward. Drift is expected on Tuesday, followed by a turn toward the west on Wednesday as best the same winds out near 105 miles an hour with higher gusts. And the initial slow wave is expected by during the next couple of days. And hurricane force winds extend out over to 25 miles an hour from the center, and tropical force winds extend outwards up to 125 miles and minimum sun pressure 97 millimeters of rain for 68 inches. All right, let's take a look at the latest forecast discussion. High pressure will bring cool and less humid weather tonight and Tuesday as builds over the New England and heads offshore at cold front swings for North New England on Wednesday and throughout Southern New England Wednesday night. As another area of high pressure brings in more dry weather Thursday for Saturday as another cold front approaches on Saturday night and swings for the air on Sunday. As at about quiet as it could around here is clear sky, light winds and dry air mass means another night of excellent cooling away from coast as low in the 40s and 50s are on track. And I'm expecting overnight lows to be 48 to 58 degrees on tomorrow's highs. Inland and 73 degrees and Cape Downs 71 to 79 degrees. All right, 7-day forecast. It goes like this. For tonight, expect some clear skies about 40 degrees southwest, about 5 miles an hour coming after midnight. For Tuesday, south about 80 degrees southwest, about 3 to 6 miles an hour. For Tuesday, patch back up to 5 miles. Most clear skies about 58 degrees southwest, about 6 miles an hour. For Wednesday, most south about 84 degrees southwest, about 6 to 8 miles an hour. Gusts as 22 miles an hour. For Wednesday, a chance of showers, thunderstorms between 8 p.m. and 2 a.m. Then a slight chance of showers, thunderstorms with gusty winds. Patch back for 1 a.m. west. Most skies get a little about 52 degrees and southwest about 6 to 8 miles an hour, becoming northwest at midnight. Just pitch is 40%. Thursday, patch back for 8 a.m. and after 5 a.m. west. Sunny clear sky about 71 about 47 degrees. Friday, patch back for 8 a.m. west. Sunny and most clear sky about 74 about 54 degrees. And for Saturday, most sun and most skies about 65 about 52 degrees. And for Sunday, check your showers. Most skies about 67 about 64 degrees. Just pitch is 40%. And for Monday, part skies about 76 degrees. Peter's weather phrase of the night. It's a terrific Tuesday and tap tomorrow. That's going to be it for the Peter Channel 11 o'clock news in this late night, September 12th, 2016 on Peter's. I hope you have a good night with a good positive day. See you tomorrow morning with a more important. Good night.